Israel today is blasting the framework deal put together on Iran's nuclear program. Good afternoon, I'm Miranda Khan, and this story tops your Newsmax Now update. Israel's prime minister says this deal threatens the very survival of his country.
Such a deal does not block Iran's path to the bomb. Such a deal paves Iran's path to the bomb.
He says
and it might very well spark a nuclear arms race throughout the Middle East.
He says the deal as it stands now leaves Iran's nuclear facilities open and does nothing to stop development of new centrifuges. Iran's President Hassan Rouhani has been speaking to his country today, calling the deal historic. He says Iran will hold up to its end of the bargain to reduce uranium stockpiles and shut down some centrifuges in exchange for an easing of sanctions. The deadline for a final deal is at the end of June. Well, nothing like ending your work week with a weak jobs report. On the bright side, the Labor Department says the U.S. economy created 126,000 jobs last month. But that was over 100,000 below estimates. In fact, it's the worst job creation number since the end of 2013, and job gains in January and February have now been revised, dropping them down nearly 70,000. More than 2 months lost at sea is now over for a South Carolina man. Louis Jordan was picked up by the Coast Guard yesterday after a German ship found him about 200 miles off the North Carolina coast. He says he's happy to be back among people again.
I feel grateful to have the opportunity to live, to do what I want to do, which is to produce some sort of fruit in my life, something valuable.
The mast on Jordan's boat broke after he went out on a fishing trip back in January. He says he survived by fishing and collecting rainwater. We're learning new information about the final moments aboard the German jet that slammed into the French Alps. Co-pilot Andreas Lubitz not only aimed the plane at the mountains, he also sped the plane up during its final descent. Investigators say that information is coming from the badly battered flight data recorder, the second black box found yesterday at the crash scene. 150 people died aboard that crash. All of us look forward to Friday, but for Christians all around the world, today marks Good Friday. And in Jerusalem's Old City, some are choosing to honor that day by retracing what's referred to as the way of suffering. It's said to be the path walked by Jesus before his crucifixion. And in the midst of his Holy Week, Pope Francis is getting a lot of positive attention lately, but especially here in America. Take a look. A new Wall Street Journal poll says the Pope is even more popular than President Obama. That was your latest Newsmax Now update.